Home, start your weekend getting to know everything you need to know for week 15 of the NFL season. We got some snow in Philly this weekend, so that game's going to be exciting. We got a big time NFC matchup. We got a big time AFC NFC matchup. Time to pick game of the week. Time to get all the predictions out. It's time for another edition of the Friday Night Gridiron Pix, and it starts right now. Welcome back, everybody, back into the Friday Night Gridiron Picks, only here on 609 Sports Talk Radio, coming to you guys live from Hamilton, New Jersey, and Vermilion, Ohio tonight, as we are joined by our special guest, the head ace of the Dueling Aces, Mr. George G3. How are you tonight, brother?
I am a little exhausted, but I am here. I'm glad to be jumping in with you fellas for this evening. Thanks a lot for allowing me to sneak on in the back door.
No, pleasure to have you.
Always a pleasure to have you.
The whole show.
I know it's been a little difficult for us to do DA with Bryce's basketball schedule, but it's going to be a rough December. That's for sure.
So it's going to be a December to remember is what you're saying.
Or not remember. But not NFL wise. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, Carol.
What's up, Carol? Tyler, what was the old ECW pay-per-view when they brought ECW back in 06 that they had for like a year? December to Dismember or something? Wasn't it something like that?
Something like that.
Yep.
I remember because that was the Elimination Chamber that Bobby Lashley won the ECW title. That's where I'm referring it to. Because it literally was the week after Survivor Series, because that was the year I went to Survivor Series. But anyway, we are joined by our friend George from the Dueling Aces. As always, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams. Gentlemen, this week it's a little light on the schedule. College football decided to take the week off. The big-time games start next Friday. Big playoff matchups. Keep opinions on the playoff and the seeding and the scheduling and all that good stuff. Keep to yourself because I'm tired of talking about it. So we are going to get into some NFL stuff. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Because Anthony Mekhi Lemon was that damn good. Yeah, Tyler, I'm not sure if you saw that. Mekhi Lemon won the best wide receiver award in college this year.
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't matter what you do in college. It matters what you do in the NFL.
Yeah. And honestly, regardless of it, they're both going to be top NFL receivers in the future.
Look at Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Exactly.
I'm just curious real quick.
I mean, I saw a couple of vids the other day with Mr. Phillip Rivers being assigned to the practice squad. Aaron Rodgers got interviewed and said, "Well, what are your thoughts on that?" And Aaron Rodgers looked right at him and said, "Well, at least now I'm not the oldest one in the league anymore."
Oh man, he was waiting for that moment.
But I mean, 44 is not that old.
Coming from you, that sounds easy to say.
Brett Favre, Tom Brady. I mean, Brady, he flat out, I love his tongue-in-cheek interview that he also had yesterday. He said, Who turns around and retires and then unretires and comes back and plays again and then will retire again? Who does that? And it's like, okay, you funny guy. And he said, well, he can't do it anymore because he is a minority owner of the Raiders. So he's not allowed to pull that stunt now. Once you've got
and he wishes he could this weekend because Kenny Pickett's starting.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's your own team, wouldn't you think you'd be able to try to figure out a loophole for that one?
Yeah, right.
I mean, hey, we used to have player coaches.
Yeah, you're right.
By the way, just in case anybody was wondering, Mekhi Lemon did have more yards this year than Jeremiah Smith. Well, he currently does.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, because Ohio State had the football more times from the enemy territory than
Ohio State's a lot more loaded on offense, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, Mekhi Lemon doesn't have a Carnell Tate opposite of him.
Yep.
That's not a knock on Jeremiah Smith. I'm just saying, they've got 2 NFL wide receivers.
Yep.
That's all I was going. Jeremiah Smith's going to be a freaking specimen in the NFL when it comes to it.
And I will say this. Brian Hartline will be missed next year, but good luck to him in South Florida.
I am excited to see what he can do in South Florida. Hey, who knows? Maybe Chip Kelly's on the way back.
Oh, no.
Would it not make the most sense? He was just there last year.
I suppose.
But anyway, gentlemen, we've got a lot to talk about. We got to get through these NFL games. There's a lot to go through real quick. What's Anthony saying here? Phillip Rivers' Madden rating is 70 with a 59 speed.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, hey, that's pretty accurate. I mean, that's probably a higher rating than like 32 other quarterbacks in the league. Not starters, but
at the current rate, probably higher than Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Last night looked ugly.
That was not a pretty game last night.
But I don't know. Tampa Bay's defense somehow made Kyle Pitts look like a legitimate first-round tight end for the first time in his career.
Wasn't he on your fantasy team earlier this year?
It was, and guess whose fantasy team he ended up on in the starting lineup?
Ooh.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Orlando got destroyed by 2 players, Bijan and Kyle Pitts. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
And both of those teams are just getting to be that bad right now defensively that all you got to do is just hand the ball off and let them run. Or just get the short passes. It's like, because neither defense is holding water, and you guys both know which team is climbing up the ladder and just going, oh yeah.
No,
and look, and they could end up winning the division.
I fully expect them to win their division at this point. The Saints are not a threat. The Falcons, they're still way too inconsistent. And the Bucks, I don't know. They're broken.
Yep.
And it wasn't just injuries at wide receiver. They're broken.
If anything, you saw what they can do with those wide receivers all healthy.
Yeah.
But they can't get after the quarterback to save their lives. Tampa had no sacks on Kirk Cousins yesterday.
I think they had one. I think they had one. No.
I looked.
Well, I guess it's my fault for trusting ESPN's box score.
Trust and ESPN don't go together, Tyler.
Hold on. It said Hassan Reddick had a sack.
That must have been a late sack.
or you were just going by what you saw?
No, I went by the box score.
Oh, what box score are you looking at?
Score Mobiles.
Score Mobile? So, I think we need a third source to verify this.
Yeah, it says 1 for 8. CBS.
Okay, so
CBS.
And Baker was sacked 5 times.
Yeah, I think you need to stop trusting Score Mobile over there.
Wow, because Hassan Reddick got a garbage time sack. I'm supposed to prove I was wrong.
Why didn't Score Mobile have that?
It didn't have it the entire game. He got it probably in the last few plays.
Oh.
Which, by the way, congratulations to Hassan Reddick. Since his little contract outburst, he's got, 5 sacks in the last 2 years?
Yeah. He's doing great.
Right. Howie Roseman, once again, Howie Roseman is ahead of everybody in the league. They do, Anthony. They do have a tough schedule. But speaking of schedule, let's jump into this week 15 of the NFL. Let's get these predictions out and let's get them going. We are going to start off with our 1 o'clock games. And the first one, we've got the Raiders on the road.
Oh, we got to start
in Philadelphia.
Oh, God.
Eagles minus 11.5 at home. For anybody wondering, what are the injuries looking like? Let's start. We've got Geno Smith out with a shoulder injury. Jeremy Chin, questionable with a back injury. Those are some key injuries for the Raiders. Eagles, Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter both continue to be out. Fred Johnson and Landon Dickerson both did pop up on the injury report yesterday. They are both have no game designation and will both be playing, which thank God, because I really did not feel like watching Matt Pryor go against Max Crosby. I probably wouldn't even have turned the game on. But gentlemen, how are we feeling about Eagles Raiders?
In crappy weather? Well, I'm not betting on the point spread, that's for sure. But the Eagles better get their act together. That fake tush push and had Saquon run last week. Yeah, hello. There you go. Mm-hmm. That's called run the damn ball. Give the ball to the man.
There's going to be a lot of running the ball that needs to happen for both teams. There's not going to be much success throwing the football. Not that there was any in regards to either team throughout the season to begin with.
Well, first of all, I'm trying to figure out what does Anthony mean by a blessing. Is it a blessing for the Eagles? Because last time I checked, all Geno Smith's done all year is give the other team the football.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Carroll's boat. If
they don't win, then someone has to get fired. The day of. Jeffrey's walking down to the locker room and say, all right, someone's getting out of my locker room because I'm done. You're going against the 2-11 worst defense in football, mediocre offense in the Las Vegas Raiders without Geno Smith. If we lose to Kenny Pickett, this will be worse than losing to Joe Webb back in 2010 on Monday Night Football to the Vikings. It will be worse than that.
This will be worse than Penn State losing to UCLA this year.
Wow.
No, think about it.
I was just going to say, Tyler, if they lose, you're going to have a health check and go knock on the door and make sure he's.
I'm canceling Unbiased on Monday.
I'm going to need a check too.
Wait. Yeah, guys, if the Eagles lose on Sunday, don't look for us on Monday. Both hosts may be checked into the emergency room.
No, we're going to be on a road trip down to the link.
A road trip down to the link?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm at a point with the Eagles where they've had so many recent games where I'm like, okay, this is the week where they turn it around. This is the week where they turn it around. I'm getting such bad flashbacks to, was it 2023? The down spiral at the end of the year. I'm like, is this team just fully given up? This game on Sunday will tell me if this team still cares at all, or if they've just completely given up.
But there's
They
no
lose.
reason to.
Hold on a second. You said, all right, you know what? We haven't had a legit debate for a while. You sound ridiculous right now.
But would it be ridiculous if it actually happens?
You're playing in 4 inches of snow. You're not going to be able to throw the football.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, but
You're going to tell me the defense? You're going to tell me the defense is giving up on the season? They just played their best game of the year on Monday.
They did, but I'm still looking at a defense that couldn't stop Chicago from running the football at will.
It was one game, and they responded.
They also couldn't stop the run week 1 against Dallas. There's also they're missing Jalen Carter, which, yes, that does play a big impact as well.
They were missing Jalen Carter on Monday night. They had no problem.
No problem.
This is bad, guys. I mean, you get the Commanders 2 more times, and Washington is basically shutting down Daniels. So all you have to deal with is Mariota. I mean, you're getting 2 cakewalkers right there. This game should be your cakewalk, and then those 2 games are your other cakewalkers. The heck with what happens against the Bills. You're at the Bills. That's a coin flip on what's going to happen there. But these other 3 games, you have no excuse not to win. If you lose to the Raiders, that means, you've lost to the Chargers and the Raiders in back-to-back weeks, and you're on a 4-game losing streak. People are going to start to question not just your coaching, but they are going to start. There's going to be a lot of finger pointing going on in that locker room, dude.
Sam, I'm not done with this debate either, buddy. All right. Got some numbers for you.
Okay.
We allowed 169 rushing yards still.
Okay.
Is that Monday?
The Chargers.
Was that this week?
Against the Chargers last week, yeah. 169. They outran us. We only ran for 134.
And a lot on that one run by Barkley.
Yeah. Yeah, Barkley's long was 52.
Right.
Okay.
So take that 52 off. What's that leave you with? 70 something?
Yeah, about 70 something.
Not good.
So I'm looking at, okay, Genty hasn't been great this year. The Raiders haven't been great this year. They stink. You're acting like it's insane for, during a snow game, for him to just go off on us somehow.
And who did Genty play for?
Boise State.
And what kind of weather did he have?
Snow games. He's no stranger to it.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, this is how I'm looking at it. It's going to be who can run the ball better. I haven't seen enough from the Philadelphia Eagles to be confident in them outrunning the Raiders.
Ashton Genty has one 100-yard game this year, and he had his second total is even at 80.
How many does Saquon have?
Saquon's got more 100-yard games than Genty does.
This year? 2. Your point?
2's bigger than 1 last time I checked. Hold on.
Okay, so hold on. We could have a different conversation after this upcoming Monday because if Genty has over 100 and Saquon has under 100, then they both have 2 100-yard games.
Ashton Genty also has like 8 games this year where he has like 40 freaking yards. So there's the one thing. Second of all, you are overrating the Chargers game on Monday about running the ball. Vidal averaged 3.1 yards a freaking carry. Hampton averaged 4.3. They got gashed by one guy, and that was Justin Herbert. Which, by the way, I would think the defense would have had a couple of issues with the run game. Jalen Carter was missed, but guess what? They still only allowed 19 points. They still only had they had 7 sacks, and I think they had 1 or 2 takeaways. Maybe they would have been a little better against the run if a certain somebody didn't throw the football to every member of the Chargers' goddamn secondary on Monday.
Yeah.
But you come after the team.
We're not playing the Chargers again. They're going into this
You went
Sunday
all the way back to week 1.
Playing in the snow. I was referencing week 1. They're playing in the snow. Jalen Hurts isn't even going to be a factor in the game, unless if he decides to run the ball somewhere.
Well, he's not going to be a factor, then why don't you just put Tanner McKee in if he's not going to be a factor?
At least Jalen can run the ball better than McKee.
You just said the Super Bowl MVP quarterback isn't going to be a factor.
Sam, it's going to be snowing.
It's going to be 4 inches. And it's going to be
done. Going to be snow? It's going to be done before the game? Or is it going to be
done by 10 o'clock?
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, my God.
We'll see.
Oh, my God. This guy's done nothing but freaking turn Vic Fangio all year. Now, all of a sudden, he's coming after the damn unit when they play their best game of the season.
I'm saying everyone can have that game.
They didn't have a bad game.
Had a lot of you guys are only expected an expectation of anywhere between 1 to 3 inches of snow, and then Sunday, some clouds early that give way to the sun, and just flurry. So it's not going to be as sounds like not too detrimental. Not enough where it's going to be that you got to plow the snow or shovel the snow off the grid lines.
Anthony, not one bone in my body is worried about Kenny Pickett.
No.
Really?
No. After everything.
Whoa. I would be super worried. He spent a full season on your team. He knows the who, what, where. Had to sit there and practice against them.
He spent all that time on the Super Bowl champion winning team just to not make it on the Browns roster with a bunch of terrible quarterbacks.
Well, he was injured when remember, we in Cleveland, we injure our guys. So he was injured before we bounced him out. So, but yeah. But he spent that whole season with you, and if you don't think that they picked his brain for this week, they study. I'm willing to bet my paycheck. They had him in the defensive room this week, just so that they knew every small weak spot that they could exploit. I would be heavily concerned this week.
I'm not concerned.
You're not?
I'm not. My only concern is if the defense allows a lot of rushing yards. Again, Sam, I know they haven't done it all year. They've played great all year, but they've had moments where they can't stop the run.
Okay, but you're going back to a team that has Justin Herbert, and we're talking about, and they didn't. I don't understand what we're talking about still from Monday. Their 2 running backs both were under 5 yards a carry. All right, Herbert did great.
Monday anymore.
What are you talking about? All right, the Bears game, it happened. It happens. It's one bad game. Out of freaking 14.
But it happens. And it could happen. That's all I'm saying. And that's like I'm picking the Raiders to win this game.
And the Chargers may have not had that many opportunities to run for so many yards if certain guys wearing green with a bunch of ones on their jerseys knew how to play football on Monday. I'm still. This offensive issue is still a problem on multiple levels. First of all, by the way, the people that first of all, is Jalen Hurts not allowed to have one bad game? I wanted to point that out earlier to take a shot at Jalen Hurts. Okay, well, hold on. Patrick Mahomes just threw 3 interceptions on Sunday night. No one's talking about that, though. That doesn't exist.
Oh.
That's the problem. There's always different standards.
I wasn't taking shots at Jalen. I'm just saying you're on here talking about their defense against the Chargers. All I was saying was maybe it wouldn't have looked as bad if we didn't turn the football over 5 times against them.
And that's
if we didn't give the that's where I was pointing out with that. I wasn't taking shots at Jalen for that, but like it's Jalen's first bad game in like 3 years. This is the worst game I've seen Jalen play since the Jets game in 23. That's the last time I saw Jalen play this bad.
And it was worse like that. That Jets game was his worst game as a pro, and he has
this one topped it.
As a pro. It topped it.
It tops it when you have 2 turnovers on 1 play.
Yeah. It's at that point you gotta learn to tune out the competitor in yourself.
Anthony, who's throwing the ball to Brock Bowers?
I'll take my chances with my linebacking unit to slow Brock Bowers down, not stop him.
Yeah,
but to slow him down. I'm not too worried about Brock Bowers going off for 150.
One does not shut down Brock Bowers.
Exactly.
So, but again, you can't throw the ball to Brock Bowers every freaking play.
This game is crucial for them to respond. I get it. I feel like I've said this for weeks now. I said it against the Cowboys. Said it against the Bears. Even though the Bears are playing great football.
The Bears.
Even the Chargers.
Scary.
But this is the game where you put everything that's happened, the 3-game losing streak behind you, and you refocus to try and win your division. That's all they should be focused on right now.
And that's the thing.
They can take it one game at a time if they want to make it back to the Super Bowl. But I don't want to hear them say the end goal is the Super Bowl. I need them to take it week by week at this point. Don't focus on the end goal week by week and get there. But this week, where was the comment at? Right here.
That is super.
They can't. This isn't like the Packers where you win 10-7 and everyone says it's 2 great teams playing each other. It's fine. If you don't beat them by at least, I'm gonna say, they should beat them by 3 touchdowns. But knowing the time management that Nick Sirianni loves, I'll be generous and say 2 touchdowns. If it isn't a 14-plus point victory, it's a disappointment.
Well,
because the Raiders are just that bad.
Who's doing your play calling?
Great question. I wouldn't be mad if Howie wanted to try to take a stab at it, you know? He's seen enough football from up in the booth over the years. Put a headset on.
If anything, Jeffrey's doing it.
All I know is in Cleveland, we found out that loser's still doing the freaking calls. Even though he was told he had to relinquish it. Nope. We knew Loser Boy wasn't relinquishing squat. Which is why we already know Stefanski's going to be fired at the end of the season. It is.
I'm surprised they haven't just fired him now.
No, because they're gonna wait. They're just gonna, wait it out because
I hope they don't wait to give him another year with Watson.
No. And I'm actually disappointed that they didn't wax him this past week. But when your quarterback has a freaking field day, I mean, it kind of saves your butt. But I mean, in the long run, it's going to be, hey, I wouldn't mind Jim Schwartz taking over at all. And it's like, if they decide they're going to ixnay him anyway, and they ixnay Barry out of the GM office, might as well temporarily give it to Schwartz. He knows what he's doing. He's been there, done that before. So it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean,
the only thing where I'm at here is the fact that we've spent this entire time talking about the defense and the two, if you can even say two half-off games they played. But you know what the best part about that was? First of all, the Dallas game in week 1. I don't give two craps about that. It's week 1. Who cares? The Bears game, they still put them in a position to win. But once again, this ridiculously underperforming offense couldn't do anything. Even when they had the ball inside, and this is why I'm going to look back to it every time. I am so sick and tired. I still just think back to that Bears game and that stupid tush push that Jalen just literally had the ball ripped right from his hands after 2. So we have struggled all year to get 26 going. And then we finally, in that game, 12, we had a 10-yard run, then a 9-yard run. Oh, time to go push. For anything, that play is becoming more of a rhythm killer than it is a successful play.
Yeah.
But that's why I thought the fake this past weekend was perfect. You had to eventually do that. You had to.
They used to do it, I feel like, more often. And I don't like when they don't utilize that, because teams study the film every week. How are we going to stop this? How are we going to stop this? Everyone's trying to time the snap and jump it. No one's actually paying attention to what's going on. Guys are just flying all over the place blindly. So doing a fake every once in a while, it keeps them on their toes. They got to think about these things. Now, I still like the tush push on goal line situations. Not if it's like, first or second and goal. If we're getting down to like third and goal, fourth and goal, and we're right there,
because
I don't mind that.
Like to run the play every time you're at the 1. Like, Tyler, I know you and I continue to freaking sit there, and we're going to probably agree to disagree on this. Eventually, I don't care if you're at the 1-yard line. Eventually, one of those 4 other guys, and when I mean 4, I'm talking about Saquon, AJ, Devontae, and God, are going to say, hey, guys, we'd like some of these touchdowns too, Because it sits in the back of, well, we know it sits. It doesn't. It sits in the back of 3 of their minds. We know whose mind it sits in the front of.
AJ's like, line me up under center. I want to get my tush pushed.
I'm putting like 30% of this offensive struggles over the past month on him, because before he started bitching and complaining, the offense was doing enough to win. Now they can't do anything, because now it's like, oh, got to give 11 the ball. He's going to get mad in the locker room.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I only watched the first half of that game on Monday because I had to go to sleep and there was nothing to stay up and worth watching. From what I saw up until that point was, again, forcing the ball to AJ. What happened when he got picked off? And that play where he had the double turnover, threw the interception, throwing it into triple coverage to A.J. Brown.
Is that to turn around and basically shove it in A.J.'s face of going, look, stupid, you weren't open? Because he's been DMCing the whole time.
I don't know. Is it something that he's trying to do? Like, okay, you really want the ball? Here you go.
I mean, that's not – it's like, listen, you got a little wiggle room as far as your scheduling goes. But, I mean, you really seriously can't be pulling this crap off right now. Not in these games that totally should matter where, you don't want to sit there and end up, dropping into the 4 and 5 spot and be stuck in the middle and have the harder route in the playoff. You'd rather have the easy route, knock off all the wuss teams. Because I'll tell you right now, you end up going against the Seahawks again. Yeah. Good luck.
1K sometimes open.
Yeah, sometimes it's right.
And again, Anthony, this is because there is something going on between Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. And at the end of the season,
there's also been times where Hurts has thrown the ball to him and he's slowed up on his routes and it's an incompletion because he overthrows it because he's not running in his full stride. So do you blame him for not wanting to keep throwing ducks to a guy who isn't completing his route and playing through the whistle?
I was going to say, he's pulling a Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
What's up, Will?
William,
Man,
I made that bold prediction on another show. Ironically, I did make that bold prediction.
Where is the Steelers' Super Bowl path?
At the rate the AFC's going, it may not be that difficult, Tyler.
Well, it's hinging on Rodgers being able to finish the season.
Yeah, that's the scary part. Yeah. That's
we've seen so many quarterbacks come out of retirement. What's Big Ben doing? Surely he used to have a can and he's still got something left in that arm, right?
He doesn't have any knees left.
Wait. Knees to stand in the pocket.
Wait, you said what is he doing? What is he or who is he?
I was leaving that alone. Even as a Cleveland man, I was leaving that one alone, Sam.
I'm an Eagles fan. I don't got a dog in the fight.
Wow. Well, it is a Pennsylvania rivalry thing. So I'll just let you guys have that.
What's up, Clint?
What's up, Clint? And no, Clint's right. Clint did bring this up a few episodes back about AJ. Look, you know what the problem is here? Sometimes the issue can be Jalen Hurts not giving you the ball. Sometimes AJ's just not open. Maybe we are in a scenario where, the Titans did. A lot of Titans insiders said they weren't comfortable paying A.J. Brown because they were concerned about the lower extremities of his body breaking down. Guys, maybe we're just there. I mean, he's 29.
Yeah. He doesn't have that same ability. He doesn't get the same separation that he used to.
All I'm saying is if the Eagles are sitting in the draft and they're in like that mid to high 20s and Mekhi Lemon's there. Yeah, exactly. Mekhi Lemon's there.
Oh, man.
Re-signed Dallas Goedert, Mekhi Lemon, Devontae Smith. Oh, my God.
Man. And then we're still going to see Dotson getting these out routes on third down.
And look, for people saying that I'm being a ridiculous sounding Eagles fan, you are coming up on some big-time defensive players that are going to need big paydays soon, like Jalen Carter. You're going to have to start getting cost-efficient now on the other side of the football.
No, if the writing wasn't on the wall, everyone was already surprised that they didn't try to move AJ before the trade deadline. I didn't think it was going to happen either. Didn't surprise me. But if you don't think that he's gone after the end of this year,
you're crazy.
Then I don't know what you're watching or what you're seeing. He's clearly not happy here. He's just trying to finish out the year.
We are not going to talk smack of basketball this offseason.
Anthony, Cam Newton admitted that nobody wanted the show. And it's right. That's why they didn't want Cam Newton. Nobody wants the circus.
Exactly. And honestly, maybe I need someone who can throw the football.
Well, wait a minute, guys. Maybe that's because he's gone on national TV and ripped every organization for the past 2 months on ESPN. Why would somebody want that?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like that was just a 1 week phone call either. They had said that the ownership has even been in touch with Philip because if he did make the Hall of Fame, they were trying to organize up some things that they would also do at the stadium too for him. So,
Well, first off, I want to answer this. I want to answer Anthony's question.
You better answer it the way I was going to answer it.
Well, go answer it first, and I'll go after you.
You go.
Anthony, so here's the thing. This is what happens when a certain somebody complains about his targets. Devontae Smith was killing teams every week until A.J. Brown opened his mouth, as was Dallas Goedert. They were both having career years.
Let me tell you. You just mentioned about with A.J. opening his mouth. You said it's been about a month since he did that?
3 straight games he's gone over 100. That's when this started.
Is there a coincidence? I don't think so. He's had over 10 targets in the last 4 games.
Yep.
And he's had over 100 yards in the last 3. That is where Devontae Smith's stats have gone. And that is why we've also, lost the last 3 games. There's a correlation here.
Somebody wants his bonus money.
And I will say, the fact that, first of all, Devontae Smith's not having a down year. Devontae Smith is already, last year was actually a down year for Devontae Smith. He's actually already
a receiver.
And he's already eclipsed more yards this year than he had last year. Look, if they first of all, guys, if they already get rid of A.J. Brown, they are not going to go out there and say, all right, Jahan Dotson and Johnny Wilson are our wide receivers 2 and 3. Hell no. They'll go out there and make sure they find somebody who is worthy of being a wide receiver. Devontae Smith can be a wide receiver 1. There are a lot of teams in the NFL that he would be a wide receiver 1 on. He will be it. Because, again, I've said this all season, and this is why I don't get on Jalen. I can make the case Jalen has looked better when targeting Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert this year. I've said it all season.
I have, too. When I said it exactly like this, when Jalen's letting the game flow and he's not forcing anything to a certain someone, the offense moves and they all look better. Smitty's numbers look better. Look at Smitty's last 3 weeks. Last 4 weeks, actually, since AJ opened his mouth. The Lions game where they targeted AJ was 11 times. He was targeted 5 times. He had 1 catch for 8 yards. Over the last 3 games, he's had 11 targets against Dallas, 8 against Chicago, 8 against the Chargers. His best game was against Dallas.
Dallas had a solid game.
But, the correlation is there. There's no secret. Ever since A.J. Brown, again, had to open his mouth, make everything public, the team's been on the downfall. His teammates are suffering because of it.
And all that crap about, he does it so that he wants the entire offense to be fixed. No, clearly that's not the case because he hasn't said a word for 3 weeks now.
Yeah, and the offense, we're on a 3-game losing streak. But
the offense looks worse.
No, the offense is fixed, Sam, because he's getting his personal accolades now.
Because there were spots before the last month that Kevin Patullo actually showed some signs of improvement.
Not in 2 halves of a game, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But there was a lot more good than bad compared to the last month.
Yeah.
But all right, look, we've been on for 43 minutes. We haven't even gotten to. We've been talking about 1 game.
We should have been halfway through this by now.
Nah, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm going. Give me your picks for this game. I'm going Eagles, and I'm saying they're going to win by 12.
Eagles by 14.
Okay.
Sorry, but if it's going to be sloppy, even it's going to be still a wet, bad field. I'm going to sit there and I'll say the Eagles, but I think it's only by 4.
I have to sweat this game out. Damn it, George. All right. Let's hop into the rest of these games now. Next up, we have Giants hosting the Commanders. Giants are -2.5 at home. I don't know if that's a spread or Jackson Dart's trips to the medical tent. Anyway,
Whoa.
hey, listen. All I'm saying, look, the guys. Look, don't get me started. For Washington, we've got Deebo Samuel questionable with an illness, as is running back Chris Rodriguez. Jaden Daniels is out. And for the Giants, Dexter Lawrence is questionable with a hamstring, as is another defensive lineman in Raheem Nunez Roches. And Kayvon Thibodeau is out with a shoulder injury. So the Giants' front line is a little banged up heading into this week.
That's all right. The Washington front line has been missing all season.
Yeah.
The Commanders' entire offense is missing for this game.
They still got their sack leader, Brian Burns, 13 sacks on the year so far. They're going to be just fine. Both of these teams aren't playing for anything.
Nope.
But unless if the Giants tank this, I see them handling the Commanders.
Okay.
I agree.
Another game that's going to be a sloppy field because it's in East Rutherford. So I'll go with the Giants.
I'll trust the Giants running game over the Commanders running game at this point.
This is actually the weather that fits Jackson Dart's play style.
It does.
Next up, we've got the Bears hosting the Browns. Bears are -7.5 at home. And any injuries we are looking at? Yes. Okay. Browns are a little banged up on the offensive side. Running back Dylan Sampson is out with a calf injury. David Njoku is out with a knee injury. Wyatt Teller is out with a calf injury. Jack Conklin is still out with a concussion. Denzel Ward is out with a calf injury. Mason Graham is questionable with a rib injury. And guard Joe Benito is also questionable with a knee injury. Jesus, George, do you guys have anybody playing?
Man.
I thought they got a phone call from a couple of the Vermilion Sailor High School running backs to come in and fill in for Sampson. So, I mean, they got a couple of them, as far as I know. I think they actually even pulled them from Avon. You know, they just won their second state title, so those guys are still fresh and ready to go. They just played last Tuesday, so they're good to go. So yeah, they got some of the high school kids. Yeah, they're good.
And for the Bears, defensive back Kyler Gordon is out with a groin injury. He just came back too. And Rome Odunze is questionable with a foot injury.
The Browns are going to get waxed in this game. The only bright spot Cleveland's got is that Caleb Williams will be on his butt 5 times, and one Mr. Myles Garrett will have all 5 of those babies.
I was going to ask, do we see Myles Garrett getting the
It's going to be on as much as everybody really wanted it to be at the home game last week. Nope, it's going to be. Unfortunately, it's going to be on the road, and I think it's this.
Let's see. How many times has he been sacked this year?
Like 20.
Williams has only 20 times. They've done a pretty good job keeping him upright in the pocket this year.
Yes, and
you've not gone against the freak.
That's what I was getting at.
And they've been trying to double, and when they try to double and triple team him, the rest of the defensive line comes through, and they're like, every quarterback's been like, oh damn. I mean, I got to be at the Browns 49ers game. I saw Brock Purdy almost crap his pants twice as Myles was that close to getting him until the one sack Myles actually did get him. But, I mean, Purdy was like, damn, do they come in quick. Yes, they do. So, yeah, I don't think Ben Johnson is going to over-exasperate the defense trying to, or the offensive line trying to pull 2 and 3 guys on Myles. So I think it's going to probably balance itself out, and I think Myles will get all 3, at least 3 out of the 5 for sure.
I'd love to see it because, like you said, there's another bright point for the Browns in that game.
Yeah, that's going to be the only bright spot. I mean, Shedeur, listen, everybody else is like, oh, well, hating on the dude. No. Looky what I got today.
Nice.
I got the nice, giant, oversized stained glass Shador rookie card. Came in, and I got this, believe it or not, off of eBay for $5. I
Wow.
was like, what a deal!
Nice find.
What a deal! I also got the Judkins coming. The Judkins is coming too, also at $5. I was like, hey, all right, you guys are literally giving them away. I'll take them. Sure. I'm good.
All right. Next up, big AFC North game. Bengals hosting the Ravens. Ravens are minus 2.5 on the road. Looking at some key injuries for this game. Rashad Bateman for the Ravens is questionable with an ankle. Of course, we know Ben Cleveland has been suspended in Baltimore, so he's going to be out for reasons we're not going to talk about because he's an idiot. For the Bengals, still no Trey Hendrickson. T. Higgins will be out with a concussion. And, of course, still no, like I said, Hendrickson is still out. I think they said Shamar Stewart is... Oh, no, he's been designated to return, but he is likely going to be sidelined for another week. Not that that wouldn't matter much, but...
Wasn't Kyle Hamilton still out, too?
I don't... Let's take a look. We can go take a look before... Hold up, wait a minute. All right. Kyle Hamilton does not have an injury designation for this game.
Okay.
I got a question for you both.
Shoot.
Am I the only one who overlooked that Derrick Henry really isn't having a down year? It's just that the Ravens are. He's sitting at over 1,000 yards rushing.
Mm-hmm.
Sixth in the league. He's fifth in touchdowns at 10 touchdowns. I feel like I haven't been hearing anything about him. That's because the Ravens have just been bad this year without Lamar for a lot of the games.
It's because from week 1 he went from that 170-yard game to 23, 50, 42, 33. Ever since then he's been fine.
Yeah.
Well, I sent you guys the video from Burrow's interview this week, sitting down after practice. That's disturbing. And it's still rearing its ugly head through the morning sports shows still. Listen, his contract goes till 2029. But the way he's talking sounds just like Andrew Luck. And that's not a good thing for Cincinnati if that happens.
He's probably one major injury that makes him miss significant time away from just retiring. Because think of how much he's battled back from in his career so far.
And it's only been 5 years.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anything,
Bengals will do that to you.
But that's just the thing. It's like, hey, listen, he turned around. He had a good offensive line. We kept saying Cincinnati needs to work on that offensive line. Burrow keeps ending up getting beat up, and it's like, wow, how many more times can a guy just keep getting his butt kicked?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Cincinnati, when he went and he signed the extension, it's like, hey, listen, I would have thought about it a little bit more. I mean, yeah, you got Jamar, you got Chase with you, you got your boy, but it's like, dude, seriously, look at a team that actually has something a little bit stronger. Technically, New England at the time still had something stronger. Maybe not quite the coaching crew, but still had something stronger. It's like you're the heck with what the agent's looking at. You've got to take a good look at the teams and the organizations, but look at the teams and what is built. If you can't look at that first, something's wrong with your agent, first and foremost. I mean, but damn, you lost 7 dudes within 2 years. That's a problem. And it's not
Yeah.
like you're in college and you can jump through a portal and go someplace else. You're handcuffed to Cincinnati. Or you're pulling off the I'm retiring and then trade rights and all that other jazz, and you forfeit all the bonus money and have to return certain upfront signage money. But hey, that was a very disturbing interview.
There's going to be something to monitor throughout the
Yeah.
rest of the season and off season.
Definitely,
Well,
especially
this game
after-
alone, because if Cincinnati beats Baltimore and Pittsburgh should win, that puts Baltimore in one hell of a hole. Not as deep as Kansas City, but it starts putting them into a hole that they don't want to be in.
especially after that win, that was it Thanksgiving night win?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
Like
you
that
just
was-
obliterated them.
Yeah. And like after his interview after that, like he seemed like he loved it. He was grateful to be out there.
Yep.
It's crazy.
And I mean, you
Change the
almost come away with the win in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'd be jazzed. I wouldn't be dismayed like he was. I just, it's still very. I mean, every Cincinnati fan has to be sitting there scratching their heads, going, "What the heck did we miss?"
It'll be something to monitor throughout the offseason to see what the heck happens.
Yeah.
I'm concerned for the rest of this season. I mean, you really don't have much to play for because you're already technically eliminated. The only thing you can do is spoil everybody else. The rest of Cincinnati's schedule after this, at the Dolphins, against the Cards, and then against the Browns. I mean, the only thing you technically have to look forward to is you make an upset of the Ravens and you help make Tua look like an idiot and kill the Dolphins. Outside of that, Burrow can just, sit there and go, yeah, just throw the backup back in. I don't need to play. Why would you even risk him in Arizona and Cleveland? I wouldn't.
Yeah. So how do we feel? How do we feel about this game? Do we think the Bengals sweep the season series against Baltimore, or do we think Baltimore gets it?
Because of the way Burrow was talking, I think the Ravens are probably going to win this. Unless it's a smoke screen and we're all being played. I mean, I've seen some poker faces. So, unless this is a good smoke screen, because I'll tell you what, if he comes out and he's balling and it's a smoke screen, bravo. We'll all be talking about it next week going, boy, he played everybody. But if it's pretty much true, then yeah, give me the Ravens on this one.
I'm going Baltimore.
I'm going Baltimore as well. I think Henry has a big game. I think Lamar plays well. Bengals defense is still bad. And I think the Ravens are just trying to get back on track. I mean, they won the 5 straight and then lost 2 in a row again. So they need to get some things figured out if they want to end up trying to win their division and have a shot in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
All right. Next up, Texans -9.5 at home against the Cardinals. Cardinals are still going to be without Marvin Harrison as he is still battling a heel injury.
Wouldn't have helped.
They're also going to be down starting safety Jalen Thompson. Corner Max Melton is also still out. Offensive lineman Paris Johnson is out with a knee injury as well, and Walter Nolan is questionable. For the Texans, they are actually relatively healthy heading into this game.
My apologies, by the way. Cincinnati is not officially eliminated.
They got a shot. If they can win out,
right?
if the
they win out,
Steelers
Pittsburgh and
drop
Ravens
some more?
lose out. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I just saw that. It's a whoops. Nope, not quite. My apologies.
Is it funny that Jacoby Brissett actually has more passing yards than CJ Stroud?
Well, I mean, Stroud was out for a few
Stroud was
weeks.
out for many.
Brissett wasn't the week 1 starter, though. How many games has he played in?
By the way, Jacoby Brissett, they are saying that he has only attempted 346 passes this year. That is a lie. He has at least thrown 1,000.
Yeah, I think it's closer to
Man.
all right. That's a bit overkill. I'm gonna at least say 500 attempts.
That man has thrown. Did he throw 300 his first 2 starts?
Feels like it.
Look, dude, give me the best defense in football. Give me the Texans. They're gonna the Cardinals. The Brissett thing's cool, but the Texans defense is ridiculous. No Marvin Harrison. Good luck.
Even with Marvin Harrison, they didn't have a shot.
I'm trying to be somewhat
Texans
optimistic.
Are just a
okay,
better team in this matchup.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see Arizona shopping for a quarterback next year.
Oh, they are going to be shopping for him.
I think they may draft one and roll with Jacoby. Why wouldn't you? He's played well. Their offenses look better with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why not
you need the right quarterback for the system?
Can't draft a kid. Have Jacoby be the bridge. Wilson's been a pretty solid wide receiver with Harrison out. Imagine with Harrison back with McBride. It could be a little something cooking in Arizona. As soon as they fire that Nimrod
firing, yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's where it starts. Nothing happens before that.
No.
Anthony, I'm not fully out on Harrison yet. That offense is not a complete unit right now.
Yeah, then there's been no QB really to speak of to even throw a football his way.
Yeah, like there was no chemistry between
him and I could see him.
Yeah.
That's scary to say too.
All right. AFC East matchup. Bills at New England.
Oh man.
The Bills are minus 1.5 favorites on the road in this game.
Yeah, that's
who's jacking up these odds.
Yeah, that's what
I might have to put a bet in myself.
Yeah, because somebody is definitely fluffing the numbers here.
Patriots somewhat healthy, still without Milton Williams, who's still on IR with that high ankle sprain. Linebacker Robert Spillane is questionable with a foot injury. And for the Bills, a couple injuries to watch. Joshua Palmer, questionable with an ankle. Christian Benford is questionable with a toe injury. And Terrell Bernard is questionable with an elbow injury. So some solid defensive players, a little banged up for the Bills. Gentlemen, how we feeling?
The Buffalo Bills have been Jekyll and Hyde so bad. I think this is their Jekyll, and New England whoops them by about 10.
And ironically, I feel like the first time they played New England was the start of their Jekyll and Hyde, because it seemed like they were mowing the league down before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Why is this game at 1:00? I'm just disappointed in that.
I'm
probably not going to get to watch this game.
I thought this was going to be a flex game, because this would have been a game I would have flexed to the Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
totally set this up as a Sunday night flex. Come on. We're in that part of the year.
Because now we have Minnesota. You know why they couldn't do it? Because they would have had to flex Jerry World's Dallas out of Sunday night. Can't do that. God forbid.
Really?
I'm going to keep my comments to myself.
Not touching that.
I'm not either. All I'm going to say is I'm going with the Pats. I've been on the Drake May bandwagon. I'm sticking to it. Give me the Pats.
Yeah. I said it last year that New England was going to be super strong this year. I said they'd be right behind Buffalo. Well, they jumped Buffalo.
Ahead, yeah.
They're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I think they handle Buffalo like they did when they faced them in Buffalo. I do not buy into Buffalo being minus 1 point favorite.
Yeah,
minus 1.5.
Minus 1.5. I don't buy that for a second. The Patriots are the favorite in my eyes, especially playing at home.
It almost makes me want to launch the app and go drop $20. It really does. I'm just like, hey, what's that payout going to be?
All right, gentlemen. Next up, we've got. I'm not even reading the injury report for this game. The Jags hosting the Jets. Jags minus 11.5.
Well, the injury report is being the New York Jets. So,
yeah, I'm taking the Jags as much as I know certain Browns fans are like, no, we need them to lose so we can get that draft pick. Sorry about your damn luck.
yeah.
Just be happy you got a second draft pick coming and just take it. Doesn't
The
matter.
Jags will win the game. Jags have been playing really good football. They're that quiet team over there sneaking around at 9-4.
Mm-hmm.
People still aren't really talking about them.
Nope.
They have some high-profile wins on the year. The Colts with half of Daniel Jones. Chargers, Texans. Beat the Chiefs, 49ers. They actually swept the Texans. No, they didn't sweep the Texans.
Now they got to play them again.
Yeah. No, they played them twice.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they played in Jacksonville yet.
Yeah. They beat them earlier in the year, week 3, and then they lost a little later on, like week 9 or something like that.
All right. All right. Moving on to another weird 1 o'clock game. Chiefs hosting the Chargers.
Oh, can the Chargers just finally do it?
Yep.
So
just give them no chance. Eliminate them. Would they be eliminated if they lose?
Yes.
Basically. Yeah. So
this will be because the Chiefs are currently at 10th on that running list, but with the loss this upcoming week, it will slice everybody off and they will actually fall down to 11 or 12. And that'll the bubble number goes, I believe, to 9 this week. So that should bump them if the other squads win. So if Pittsburgh and Baltimore both win, then and Miami and Kansas City lose, Miami and Kansas City would officially be out.
So for this game, Chargers have defensive back Elijah Molden doubtful with a hamstring injury. Offensive tackle Trey Pipkins is doubtful with an ankle injury. Quentin Johnston is questionable with a groin injury. And Troy Dye is questionable with a hip injury. For the Chiefs, Trey Smith out with that ankle injury. Hollywood Brown is out due to personal reasons. Jawan Taylor is remaining out with a triceps injury. And I believe Trent McDuffie is questionable with a knee injury. And Wanye Morris, who was their backup tackle last week, is out with a knee injury. Gentlemen, I want you to answer me a question. I know the Chargers are banged up. The Chiefs are literally down about 6 offensive linemen.
And they're still favorites to win.
How are they minus 4.5?
No idea.
It's ignorance. It's ignorance.
It's people holding on hope that they're going to win this game to stay in contention.
Yep.
And I honestly don't see it happening.
Nope. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers.
We're looking at a Chargers team who, all right, if Quentin Johnson doesn't play, they'll be fine. They got Hampton back. Kamani Vidal has been a solid running back for them. So they can have a nice 1-2 punch between the both of them.
And I know the usual thing is, you win on Monday, you lose on Sunday, but I don't think so. The Chargers, I just think are the, forget on paper. I've been seeing visually, they're also the quiet ones that in that division. It's like, hey, look, Denver is running away. Oh, wait, hold on. Mr. Harbaugh has something to say.
We wrote the Chargers off because of all the injuries that they've gone through on their offensive line this year. And they've done nothing but just hang around.
Yep.
Well, now it's going to be a little tougher this week because when Trey Pipkins has basically been their best, most
Yeah, I
consistent
know.
tackle in the year, and now he's doubtful. So that's something to
Yep.
watch. But we talk about Myles Garrett and all these like 5-sack games. I may go and look at the number of sack total for Khalil Mack on some betting and may place a little 10 spot. We may see Raider Khalil Mack on Sunday.
Yeah.
Hard to find a good pass rusher, Khalil Mack.
I was going to say, I hope Patrick eats his Wheaties. He going to need them.
All right. Moving into our 425 games for the week. Seahawks at home minus 13.5 against the Colts.
Well,
give me the Seahawks. I'm not even talking about it. It's literally
what could have been a great matchup.
Yeah.
Is now just a formality.
So Riley Leonard is off the injury report. I want to know right now, gentlemen. This is the only thing that matters about this game. Who starts?
I'd have to go Riley Leonard. I mean, he's been practicing with the team the whole year so far. He at least knows the playbook more than Phillip. I mean, you got to look at who gives them their best chance to win. Maybe give Phillip another week or two. I might have a different answer, but I feel like Leonard's probably the best option to go with. Not from a talent standpoint, but from a can he at least manage the system better?
Can you evaluate this from a talent standpoint? How do you do that?
That's true, because it's been, 5 years since we've seen him throw a football, so...
He needs some more money for all them kids.
Oh, my gosh.
And the grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about the grandkid. Now, listen,
Yep.
We know Christmas is coming up. He's got the grandkids now. He's going to need a little bit more extra scratch cash.
Does it even matter about injuries for this? Well, yeah, I mean, Sauce Gardner's still out.
Yeah, now they're even more screwed then.
Seahawks are actually relatively healthy going into this game. Yeah, good luck, Colts. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Oh God,
this and 100%. I expect tomorrow it'll be formally announced that Rivers will be the backup for Sunday.
I just read a report that the Seahawks have been prepping all week that he will be the starter.
Well, there's
not much to prep for Riley Leonard.
They leaked out. There were some vids that were leaked out during the practices. Ownership, she was there chatting with the coaches, watching Phillip and watching him in practices and watching him take hits. They were wondering about him taking hits, and everything looked pretty good. And it was like, okay. One, I definitely expect him to be elevated. Two, if he does, I mean, Tyler, I understand what you're saying about him knowing but you know what? When it comes to Phillip Rivers, it's kind of like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He knows
he's been around the block once or twice.
Yeah.
Or 10.
Or 30 or 40.
Yeah, I do get that as well, He should be able to pick up the basics of a playbook easily.
I mean, I do not doubt. I mean, especially when the phone calls have been over the past several weeks that they've been chatting. It's like, okay, listen, if that's been going on, he's been probably checking out game film. He's been paying attention.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, this whole thing it clearly shows it's not a PR stunt.
Yeah, no. No, the Colts definitely believe that he's their best chance of still making it to the playoffs and trying to have some sort of run. The
Can you
run's not going to
imagine?
get very far. Dude, I don't even want to think of the possibility of Phillip Rivers taking this team on a Cinderella run to the Super Bowl.
I think just getting to the divisional round at this point would be Cinderella enough.
Probably. Winning
All right.
a divisional round game. That would
Well,
be the
and
I don't
why,
even.
and why would you want to put them up against the Seahawks defense? You've got the 49ers, Jags, and Texans the rest of the way.
Yeah,
The
but I mean,
49ers defense is marshmallowy already.
this is kind of like it would be a big win for them. Like, would you throw out all the stops and put him out there?
I would not. I would not play him against Seattle, but at home on the 22nd on Monday Night Football against the 49ers? Yeah. I mean, hello, ratings through the roof. Yeah, that would be the smart play.
Speaking of the 49ers, let's move on to that game. They are at home minus 12.5 against the Titans. I don't think we need to comment too much about this game at all.
Yeah, I think the Titans get a solid win.
Yeah, the 49ers don't have to worry about Myles Garrett coming around the edge. And they've had their bye week, so they've been able to study the little inconsistencies of Tennessee. So, yeah, I think they will have their way. They'll still have to play some defense. I don't think the spread is a good bet. Stay away from the spread. But, yeah, the 49ers should have an easy time.
Just imagine that your team is 9-4, and your leading rusher has 850 yards, Christian McCaffrey, and your leading receiver has 806 yards, Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
That's usually something you would see out of like a bad team, that just one player has to carry the whole load.
It's been done before. Well, excuse me. Gonna outdate myself here. There's this guy named Marcus Allen. He kind of had to do it a couple of. He did it for the Chiefs and he did it for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So I'll just throw that name out there.
It's been a while since we've seen it.
It's been done before. I'd almost say Marshall Faulk, but the Rams had a little bit more weaponry. But I'd almost give it kind of Marshall Faulk type situation too. To be fair.
All right, gents. We've got a couple interesting games in these final few that we have to talk about. Next one, Broncos hosting the Packers. The Packers are surprisingly 2.5-point favorites on the road.
Jordan Love can't handle the freaking air. He's going to be sucking on oxygen on the bench.
There are some injuries to keep an eye on. Josh Jacobs is questionable, still dealing with that knee issue. Luke Van Ness is questionable with a foot injury, so that's another thing to keep an eye on. And for the Broncos, Mike McGlinchey is questionable with a shoulder injury. So for a right side, that's going to be going up against Micah Parsons or Rashawn Gary. That's not ideal if McGlinchey is not at 100%. Gentlemen, how do we feel?
Well, that's a tough one to call.
And especially when the weather's going to be fall-like. It's going to be 60 freaking degrees. Yeah.
In Denver?
It's going to be
in Denver.
Freaking degrees in Denver on Sunday.
Do they want to switch?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
Do they want to switch?
Yeah, it's going to be great weather, which is mind-blowing. But like you said, did some key injuries, and it's like, yeah, Jordan Love's just going to be needing a lot of oxygen. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I'm taking Denver. Give me the home team.
So Denver is undefeated at home currently. They've played great there.
And it didn't matter who's walked in the door.
Yeah, hasn't mattered. Their defense is so strong that I feel like they could pull out that one possession win like the Eagles did.
And this
Because
is
their offense can do something the Eagles haven't this year. Score enough points to win games.
Yeah, but their offense has not been very consistent either. Neither of these teams' offenses have been consistent.
But at home, yeah, I'm not. Listen, this is a guy, this is a Clevelander who drafted the Broncos defense in fantasy football, which is sacrilegious over here. But I did it anyway, and I have not been disappointed, so I'm okay. So, yeah, I'm definitely entrusting the Denver defense again at home.
Yeah, I'm taking Denver. I just don't think Green Bay has the weapons that can compete with that defense on the offensive side. I think Green Bay's defense could keep them in the game because, I mean, their defense has played really well this year. I just don't see how their offense finds its points.
I see I see another field goal victory by the Broncos. They've had countless of those.
Die by the field goal.
They've had countless of those this year.
We've already been talking about Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Anthony, you put this in the chat a few minutes ago. What is the elephant in the room?
We already talked about Phillip.
Maybe that's who it was about.
All right. Next up, NFC South. Saints hosting the Panthers. Panthers minus 2.5 on the road.
That blows my mind.
Well, the Saints beat them in Carolina earlier this year.
They're coming off the bye week. I think the Panthers will be much, much more prepared, and they're just going to roll right through.
Yeah, I mean, no Alvin Kamara for the Saints.
Yeah, that hurts big time.
Spencer Rattler has not been great. Not
Spencer Rattler anymore.
It's not Rattler.
Who is it now?
It's Tyler Shuck.
Oh God, when did that happen?
He's weeks ago.
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a
you
single
can burn
Saints
all
game
the
all
Rattler
year.
rookie cards now, man. Burn those Rattler rookie cards. Burn them all.
Those exist?
God, mass printed like Jacob Eason from 2020. They mass produced the schneid out of him.
All right, next
what
up.
they call filler cards.
Filler. Next up, we got a good old NFC heavyweight bout. How is this thing not flexed to the Sunday night? Rams?
Because it's Dallas.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
Rams,
I don't care either. But
Jerry gets his money. Jerry gets his money.
Rams hosting the Lions. Rams are minus 5.5 at home.
That's because we've got the Goff Stafford part 19, I think. we're going at this. It's like, how many times have these guys played each other since they've been traded between the two teams? It is insane.
You know what? That would be great. Let each person come out in their old team's jersey.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
During the warm-ups.
That would be...
Throw everyone.
I wouldn't be objective to at least go with, like, the T-shirts.
Yeah.
Go back to the T-shirts just to mess with everybody in the stadium and go, wait, what? Going back real quick to the Browns Bears game, by the way, that is Shador versus Caleb Williams, part 2. Mr. Caleb Williams is 1-0 over one Mr. Shador Sanders.
USC went out a couple years ago in Colorado and beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is either it's a 2-0 or it's karma, and
it's a 2-0.
Yeah,
it's 2-0.
Yeah.
Man, I mean the Lions 8-5 record doesn't do them enough justice for this matchup going up against the Rams.
No, and the Rams, the whole NFC West has had the easier schedule all year.
true.
Think
Only
about it.
injury the Rams are dealing with is Devontae Adams has a hamstring injury, but he is expected to play.
I was going to say, he's been popping up red on my fantasy chart for 3 freaking weeks, and I've left him in there the whole time. I'm good.
The Lions, Taylor Decker is questionable.
That's a
Kirby
big one.
Joseph stays out. Brian Branch now out for the year with the Achilles tear.
Yeah.
St. Brown?
I don't even think St. Brown's on the injury report.
No, he's not. He's not.
He's back.
No.
He's back off of it.
He's back.
All right. Well,
This
then
is going to come.
I like this game a little bit more now than I did at first. I like it a little bit more. This will come
down to which defense can make a play first.
Yes. I'm sorry, I got to go with the defense that can get after the quarterback, like Mad Men.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams. I love the Lions so much. Jared Goff's had such an amazing run in Detroit. I love Dan Campbell. I love this Lions team over the past 3 years. The Lions O-line is not been the same this year. Now, granted, there's a lot of moving parts. It's been moved around a lot. It's been banged up. It's a little younger. There's just so many ways that the Rams can throw that defensive front at you and kill you with it.
And now Decker's questionable still. On Friday, he's still questionable. So even if he plays, he's not going to be 100%.
Yeah, I said the same thing about McGlinchey in the Broncos game. Questionable or not, where they play, these guys are still hurt. So, and if I'm not mistaken,
there's always 2 upsets a week, guys. And you know what? I'm going to throw this one out there as being one of them.
Would this really be an upset if the Lions won?
It wouldn't be an upset in my eyes.
I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to go with Detroit on this one.
All right. I'm going to roll with the Rams.
Detroit. I mean, this season has been so off the wall. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I know there's the obvious ones, but boy, this one, I think this one can go either way. And I think Detroit, I think Dan Campbell is just really, he's bearing down a little bit harder on those gums and looking at those kneecaps.
Quickly, gentlemen, listen to these numbers. Jared Goff, 3,334 yards, 26 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions, and a 110.2 passer rating. Matthew Stafford, 33,354 yards, 35 touchdowns to 4 picks, and a 113.1 passer rating.
That's why I say you can swap them. They're so even this year.
Oh, did you also see the number differential, since you're talking about Stafford's numbers? Did you see the number differential between Stafford and Rivers? And Stafford only needed this week to pass him.
Yep.
So if Rivers plays and throws for a couple hundred, Stafford has to keep chasing.
Yeah, that's what this is really about, you know.
Stafford has to keep chasing him until he doesn't play. He's literally just around only needing 300 yards passing to pass Phillip Rivers. And if Rivers plays and gets 100 or 200, Stafford still has to keep chasing it. He won't pass him.
All right, let's get into our 2 primetime games of the week. Dallas hosting Minnesota on Sunday night. Dallas is -6 at home. I agree, George.
I can go to bed early.
Me too.
I can go to bed early.
Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't like the Cowboys, but you know, having a quarterback that can actually throw a football is pretty important. Minnesota does not have that.
He looked pretty good last week.
He did, which was very weird, and I'm curious to see this week how it goes with McCarthy's performance compared to Justin Jefferson production.
But I'm still going with Dallas. Still going with the more complete team.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I saw Seattle just wax Minnesota, I was like, dude,
Then they waxed
anybody with an offensive juggernaut squad that can just sit there and go, okay, where do you want to go now? Dallas all of a sudden is getting into that mode. No, Minnesota, listen, you beat up on a Washington team that has been pretty much toast for weeks, and a quarterback who's been forced in even at only 70%. No, I'm sorry. You were supposed to blow it out last week. I'm not taking last week worth any grain of salt at all, gentlemen. Dallas, the spread's only what? What was the spread on this, Sam?
Dallas is -6 at home.
Right. 6. Where's the double-digit blow-off? Give me the double digit. I'll make it double digits. 14. Easy. Hell, I'll go 20. I'll go 20. Dallas by 20. Easy.
I'm going 17-point win.
See, Tyler's up there with me.
17-0.
Unbelievable. All right. Let's end the week.
At least
Monday
I went 20
night.
and nothing.
20-3. All right, let's end our week off. Steelers on Monday Night Football, -3.5 at home against the Dolphins.
You know, not a crazy game.
Can I go first? Please let me go first.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm going with the damn Dolphins. They're playing some damn good football, and the biggest concern that I would have about this game would be Tua running for his life from T.J. Watt,
Is H
but he ain't playing. Ancient is questionable.
TJ's still in a hospital right now.
Yeah, so he's
still in the
out.
hospital.
Cam Hayward is questionable with a knee injury. Tyler, did you ask me about Devon Achane?
Yeah.
He is currently questionable. He was limited today in practice. But remember, there's still one more practice day for these guys tomorrow, so we'll have to see how that looks. I'm going with the Dolphins. They're playing really good football, and that Steelers defense without Watt is not the same.
And Tua has finally won a game in under 30-degree weather. I'm in.
Maybe he makes it too.
I'm in.
Yeah,
Yep.
He's going to need to make it too. It's going to be a nice, warm 22 degrees.
Yep, I'll take
nice warm 22 degrees.
I'll take this cluster. Well, the nice thing is I won't have to see too much of this game because, it being Monday night, be watching you guys.
Well,
I'm biased
let's
on Monday.
see.
I'll be watching you guys. You guys are much more entertaining than the football game.
The Dolphins got a nice road win against the Jets. I don't see them following up with a nice road win against the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Even without TJ Watt, I think the Steelers still get it done.
Okay. I mean, the major thing is with the injury that TJ Watt does, it makes the game more even because
it does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watt is such a difference maker, but the fact that he's not playing is just I've seen Pittsburgh try to get after the quarterback without him. It doesn't happen much.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers can't throw the football in cold weather because his bones are too brittle.
Not gonna go there.
Damn. Thought I could get him to go.
Not gonna do it tonight.
Darn it.
But
I was that close.
all right, everyone. I think that's gonna wrap up this edition of the Friday Night Gridiron Picks. George, as always,
Go Navy.
Yeah, I usually root for Navy.
Yeah, I think Navy isn't Navy like 6-point favorites.
Probably.
Just by
Weren't
the
they ranked
uniform
at one
look
point?
alone?
Like they were ranked at one point. in the AP
Dude,
this
they're
year.
minus 6.5. Yeah, I'll go.
Give me-
I'll tell you, I'm easily taking Navy.
Give me Navy.
But George, as always, thank you for guest appearing with us tonight. Always a pleasure having you all with us.
Like I said, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
But
Always a pleasure.
everyone in the comments, thank you for throwing in the comments tonight. Appreciate it. You guys make the show way more entertaining for us. Always a fun time talking with all our fans. Glad to see a bunch of you guys came out tonight to talk with us. Hope we got you guys all ready for Week 15 around the NFL. Unbiased, Monday, 7 p.m. We'll be talking about some of the big stories around college football. And then, of course, next week's Friday Night Gridiron Picks will be a lot more entertaining because we got some college football playoff coming. So, guys, if you live in this area, be safe throughout the snowy weather this weekend. And if you live places where it's not snowing, I despise all of you. But anyway, guys, have a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday. For Georgie, Tyler, I'm Sam. Good night, all.
The following has been a presentation of 609 Sports Talk Radio.